In an interesting topic of conversation on Reddit, some Chrisley Knows Best fans are proposing it would have been a good idea to film Todd and Julie's final 24 hours before getting locked away. Naturally, this also hit fans with a pretty simple question: did they do any filming just before getting locked away? Chrisley Knows Best, did they film just before prison? Chrisley Knows Best fans were surprised when a handful of new episodes from Season 10 aired. These episodes, however, were filmed long before Todd and Julie landed in prison. The last episode of Season 10 aired toward the end of March of this year. As far as fans know, there were not any additional episodes aired before the plug got pulled on the series when Todd and Julie were collectively sentenced to 19 years behind bars. Todd and Julie Chrisley teased and censored tell-all. Now, Todd and Julie Chrisley did tease fans on their podcast that there would be an uncensored tell-all interview where they would be answering all of their fans' questions. Todd Chrisley explained his son Chase would be collecting questions from fans and would be asking his parents whatever questions he wanted to ask. The disgraced reality TV king explained he and his wife would answer the questions honestly with no BS. As far as fans knew, his uncensored tell-all was going to drop as an episode of the podcast after Todd and Julie were locked up. Likewise, fans were also under the impression that Todd and Julie's children would pick up their podcast and continue to release new episodes with updates on their situation. Unfortunately, January 18th was the final episode of the podcast to be released. And it doesn't appear as if their children have any interest or time to take over the podcast and continue to release new episodes. Todd Chrisley's children tease of new series. Julie and Todd Chrisley's children have all teased a new reality TV series is coming. Savannah shared a few behind-the-scene clips revealing both Grayson and Chloe sitting down for what looked to be some sort of confessional-style interviews. Likewise, Chase Chrisley has opened up about the new series as a guest star on a podcast. Nanny Faye has also admitted she's ready and willing to jump back on television. Even Lindsay Chrisley has expressed an interest in giving reality TV another try if their series was going to be actual reality. In more recent happenings, Lindsay has seemingly cut ties with her siblings again. And fans are speculating it is because she wasn't offered a spot on the new TV series. Do you think Todd and Julie Chrisley filmed anything else before they got locked up? Share your thoughts with us down below. And keep coming back for more Chrisley news. Chrisley Knows Best, did Todd and Julie film just before prison? The sun had barely risen over the lush landscapes of Nashville, casting a gentle glow on the sprawling Chrisley mansion. Inside, the air was tense, an unusual quiet permeating the typically lively home. Todd and Julie Chrisley sat at the kitchen island, their hands intertwined, as they faced an uncertain future. Just days before, they had been sentenced to prison on charges of tax evasion and bank fraud. The shock of their legal battles had finally given way to the stark reality that their lives were about to change dramatically. "Julie, do you think we're doing the right thing?" Todd asked, his voice tinged with vulnerability. It was a rare sight to see the usually confident and flamboyant Todd Chrisley so subdued. Julie sighed deeply, her eyes reflecting the same mix of determination and fear. "Todd, our family needs to see us strong. If this is our last chance to film together before we go, we have to take it. For them." Cameras began to roll, capturing the intimate moments of the Chrisleys' final days at home. The producers, too, were keenly aware of the significance of this episode. It was not just another reality TV installment, it was a poignant chapter in the Chrisley family saga. The episode began with a heartfelt family meeting in the living room. Todd and Julie sat on the couch, flanked by their children, Savannah, Chase, Grayson, and Chloe. The atmosphere was heavy with unspoken emotions, but it was Savannah who broke the silence. "Dad, Mom, we've been through so much together," she began, her voice steady despite the tears glistening in her eyes. "No matter what happens, we'll always be a family. And we'll get through this, just like we've gotten through everything else." Todd smiled, his heart swelling with pride at his daughter's strength. Savannah's right. We've faced challenges before, and we've always come out stronger. This won't be any different. We have to believe that. As the family talked, the cameras captured not just their words, but the raw emotions behind them. There were tears, laughter, and moments of silence that spoke volumes. The Chrisleys were known for their larger-than-life personalities and often comedic antics, but this episode showcased their depth and resilience. Later, Julie led a family cooking session in the kitchen, one of their favorite pastimes. She wanted to create lasting memories for their children, even in the simplest of activities. They made their favorite dishes, reminiscing about happier times and sharing stories that had never been told on camera before. Remember that time Chase tried to make a soufflé and it collapsed? Julie laughed, her eyes twinkling with amusement. Chase groaned, shaking his head. Mom, I thought we agreed never to speak of that again. The playful banter lightened the mood, reminding them all that even in the darkest times, they could find moments of joy. As the day drew to a close, Todd and Julie took a walk around their property, the place they had called home for so many years. The cameras followed at a respectful distance, capturing the couple's quiet conversation. Todd, I'm scared, Julie admitted, her voice barely above a whisper. I know, sweetheart, Todd replied, squeezing her hand. But we'll face this together. And we'll come back stronger. We have to believe that. Their walk ended at the gazebo, a place that held special meaning for them. They sat in silence for a while, watching the sun set, each lost in their thoughts. The final scene of the episode was perhaps the most emotional. Todd and Julie gathered their children around the fireplace, where they often spent family nights. Todd took a deep breath, looking at each of his children in turn. We don't know what the future holds, he began, his voice thick with emotion. But I want you all to remember that your mom and I love you more than anything. We're doing this for you, to protect our family and our legacy. And we'll be back. Stronger and better than ever. Julie nodded, tears streaming down her face. Stay strong, and take care of each other. We'll get through this, just like we always have. As the cameras panned out, capturing the family's final embrace, there was a sense of bittersweet closure. The Chrisleys had always prided themselves on being open and honest with their fans, and this episode was no exception. It was a testament to their resilience, love, and unwavering commitment to each other. The episode aired to an outpouring of support from fans around the world. Messages of love, encouragement, and solidarity flooded social media, reminding the Chrisleys that they were not alone in their journey.